Good afternoon. Fade to Black breaking news for this Thursday, my Friday. This Thursday, June 27th, 2024. This is all of the news that you need. All right, here we go. Yeah, that's right. It's my Friday. We're wrapping up another week here on Fade to Black. We had Russell Targ. We had an AMA. Last night, Emily Harrison knocked it out of the park. Tonight, Ron James is with us. We're going to be talking about breaking 4 ET UFO cases, new ones. We'll be doing that tonight with Ron James. So we'll see you later tonight on Fade to Black. Also, coming up, second half of 2024, I've got the Conscious Awards in Miami, Florida, August 3rd and the 4th. The links are below. Contact at Sea, the cruise to Alaska. The links for that are below. Egypt, the tour in October 3rd through the 14th. The links for that are below. I believe it's sold out, but you can get on the waiting list. Peru and Bolivia with Brian Forster also sold out, but you can also get on the waiting list. The links are below. Got a very, very, very busy news day today. Let's get straight to it. On this day in history in 1985, crazy day. After 59 years, Route 66 enters the realm of history when the American Association of State Highway and Transportation Officials decertifies the road and votes to remove all of its highway signs. Wow, sad day in American history, 1985. Still there, though. All right, let's get to your Fader fact. You ready? In 1920, just 100 years ago, in 1920, the British Empire controlled 23% of the world's population and approximately 13.7 million square miles of territory, or nearly a quarter of the Earth's land area. My, times have changed, haven't they? Let's get to the breaking news. Huge news. NASA has awarded SpaceX an $843 million contract to develop a new vehicle that can push the International Space Station out of orbit as part of the Space Laboratory's planned retirement. The ISS is planned for its operational life to finish around 2030. And SpaceX, announced yesterday by NASA, has been commissioned to build the D-Orbit spacecraft vehicle that will move the ISS in a controlled manner and avoid risking populated areas, with the final target in a remote part of an ocean. Wow, there you go. I'm kind of excited about this. I want to see what they come up with. More space news. China's Chang'e 6 mission and its return capsule has been transferred to Beijing and open to access its pay dirt. Literally, pay dirt. The return capsule made its way back on June 25th before landing in Inner Mongolia, delivering the first ever lunar far side samples to Earth. The capsule was airlifted to Beijing early yesterday to the China Academy of Space Technology. Once there, a ceremony was held which saw researchers open the return capsule. The United States took like a year to loosen up those Allen bolts. Remember that? They didn't have the right tools. China's been flawless with their space stuff. At least the part that we learn about. Everything is just, it seems to be effortless for the Chinese. And speaking of space, a defunct Russian satellite broke up into more than 100 pieces of debris while in orbit, forcing astronauts on the International Space Station to take shelter for about an hour and adding to the massive space junk already in orbit. There were no immediate details on what caused the breakup of the Ryurs P-1 Russian Earth observation satellite, which was declared dead like Momo in 2022. The U.S. Space Command, tracking the debris swarm, said there was no immediate threat to other satellites. Scientists have found the first evidence of insects crossing an entire ocean. after finding butterflies that made a 2,600-mile journey across the Atlantic. His name, check this out, Gerard Talavera, an evolutionary biologist at the Botanical Institute of Barcelona, made the discovery in French Guiana back in 2013 when he spotted a flock of painted lady butterflies sitting on the sand, their wings tattered and shot through with holes. This discovery puzzled scientists, as the tiny species can be found around the world, but not in South America. Now, after a decade of investigation, the researchers have pieced together an answer for how the butterflies got there. They flew. They embarked on the first transoceanic flight recorded by an insect. The researchers just published their findings in the journal Nature Communications. And that is, what do you eat? What do you drink? How do you 2,600 miles? Take a break? Wow, think about that. That's absolutely incredible. New analysis from the Annenberg Public Policy Center find that public perception of scientists' credibility, measured as their competence, trustworthiness, and the extent to which they are perceived to share an individual's values, remains high. But their perceived competence and trustworthiness eroded somewhat between 2023 and 2024. The research also found that public perceptions of scientists working in artificial intelligence differ from those of scientists as a whole. Yeah, no surprise there. Do you remember the Stingray? Remember that? Like back in 2012? You remember that? The Stingray. Our police departments using stingrays on the street that passes in front of your house. Well, there is a used police Harris Stingray that could allow you to intercept the cellular traffic of your friends and maybe your wife's boyfriend for sale right now on eBay. That's right. You can buy one for $100,000. The listing includes the following disclaimer, quote, device is untested. We only know that it powers on. It includes only the items pictured. We do not have the required equipment to test unit. Sold as is. End quote. There you go. $100,000. Can spy on anybody in the country. Yeah. A signed copy of the letter Albert Einstein sent to President Franklin D. Roosevelt urging him to fund the atomic energy research that would lead to the atomic bomb will soon hit the auction block and set a new record if it sells. In September, Christie's plans to auction off the 1939 letter with a starting bid of $4 million. But Einstein didn't write it. That's right. It's a famous letter, but he didn't write it. On the eve of the war, Hungarian physicist Leo Szilard and other scientists crafted the letter. It's dated August 2nd in 1939 and had Einstein sign it to get the president's attention. Well, it did. The letter was purchased by Microsoft co-founder Paul Allen for $2.1 million back in 2002. Paul Allen is no longer with us, and his estate is just selling stuff off. I want that Hendrix Monterey Pop Stratocaster that Paul Allen bought. Yeah. All right. And finally, I'll leave you with this. A few weeks ago, the U.S. Senate Select Committee on Intelligence approved the Intelligence Authorization Act for fiscal year 2025. And on June 24th, the committee posted its exploratory report, and the act includes a few UFO UAP provisions worth mentioning. Title 10 of this document deals with unidentified anomalous phenomena. The quick takeaway is that the Comptroller General is tasked with performing an audit of the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, otherwise known as AARO. Title 10 also includes language from Senator Gillibrand of New York that prohibits funding of non-reported intelligence community special access programs. Say what? Yes, this prohibition was set to expire this year, and the new language extends this prohibition through 2025. SAPs have to be reported on. Yeah, that's a big deal. Now, when asked about the UAP updates and the UAP Disclosure Act, Senator Mike Rounds of South Dakota replied, quote, just simply continuing to move forward and we'll see where it goes, end quote. That's right. These are exciting times. Seems like we're here. Seriously. There's all the Fade to Black breaking news that you need for this Thursday, June 27th, 2024. Fade to Black breaking news is produced by Renee Neumann. I'm Jimmy Church. Tonight on the show, Ron James is with us. He's a director. He's a filmmaker. He's a television host. He's the head of media for MUFON. And tonight, he's going to break 4 new UFO and ET cases right here on Fade to Black. So, for now, I'll see you tonight, and all I've got is Go Beckley Teppy.